Welcome, folks. I'm Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
And we are continuing on with Obi-Wan Season 1, Episode 5, Part 5. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. However, if you want to watch the whole thing with us, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabyKoay, where you can watch the whole thing with us. Oh, you can also join memberships to watch the whole thing with us, but you will need your own Disney Plus subscription so you can open up the episode in an adjacent window to our reaction, and it's like you're watching it with two of your favorite pals from the internet. Now, if you're watching this on Patreon or YouTube memberships already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
Whoa.
Oh, what?
Why?
We intercepted a transmission on Belknap.
That gets me excited.
That's what you've been waiting for?
That means Disney's about to throw down hard on this one.
You think?
Gonna see some violence, or they kill off Leia.
No. I mean,
Because that would be super unexpected.
that would be, yeah.
Oh God, I'm upset. It's too beautiful. What?
Oh no.
Oh, there you are.
Was beginning to think you weren't coming.
Are you ready? Then let's begin.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
The third sister is here.
You think maybe it was the de-aging that people found upsetting?
The tracker worked. He's arriving on Jabiim as we speak.
You have done well. Kneel.
It's a good thing for her, right?
Well, he didn't choke her out.
Inquisitor.
Oh.
Whoa! Promotion.
Right after I saw you, I got into a fight with that scary lady Inquisitor. Now I'm wanted by the Empire. So now I know what it feels like being a real Jedi. It's not easy.
Jerk.
Why?
He's trying to con people.
I need to get her back to Alderaan.
Once we get all these people out of here, I'll do whatever you want. They've been waiting for months. We used a no trade route to get them out, but the window's closing. We held it to help you get the kid. We only have a few hours.
All right. Get everyone out. Oh no. Oh no.
We'll do whatever we can to help.
Damn right you will.
Yeah. There are too many kids here.
When I look at that thing, I hear the song, I'm a survivor.
That thing
Just like...
just never dies.
Yeah.
Oh no. Has anyone noticed that it's behaving strangely? Nope.
Oh yeah, I forgot that it got hijacked.
Oh.
That's a lot of lightsabers.
Yeah.
What's happening?
The controls aren't responding. He wants us to surrender. We surrender, he'll kill us all.
He'll attack next. He hasn't the patience for a siege.
How do you know?
Because.
Mercy doesn't defeat an enemy, Master. Which is why you're gonna lose.
When they're sparring, like, they could really get hurt.
How much time do you need to override the doors?
3-4 hours.
You have one. We're gonna lock down every other entrance in this facility. If we defend our position together, then by the time they get inside, we'll be gone.
All right.
Well,
Leadership.
it's always interesting. Like, why do you even ask how much time someone
know.
needs? I need 12 hours. Okay, you have 8.
You have half an hour. What can you do? I mean, they kind of did give them a heads up, didn't they, with closing that off. They should have left that until a little bit later.
That's true. I didn't think about that. But it's also like a psychological thing.
Sure, yeah.
They're trying to blast through the outside door. Broken. We need the hangar roof open.
Yeah, but if you open it up, can they get in?
I'm going to need a ladder.
It's not playtime right now, Princess.
Do as she asks. You trust me? I trust her. Get her the ladder. Haja, will you keep your eye on her?
I am not a babysitter, Ben.
I have to go.
What is that? Dang, that's a really tall ladder.
Does she know what she's looking for?
Listen, she can tinker around with droids. I'm pretty sure she can figure out what to do there.
That's fair.
If he's found you, if he's learned of the children, if I don't hear from you soon, I'll head to Tatooine.
I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what the Inquisitors would do. 14 people died and 6 of them were children, and I couldn't do anything to help them. So now I do this. Some things you can't forget, but you can fight to make them better.
We're in trouble.
You mean Anakin? You knew who Vader was the night of Order 66. You were a youngling. That's how you knew. You saw him. Anakin killed the others.
That's enough.
He killed the other younglings,
Enough.
but somehow you...
Enough!
Okay.
When he left, I played dead. Where were you while he was killing my friends? Why didn't you stop him? Why didn't you save us?
All good questions.
I don't need anyone.
I think
You
you do.
won't stop him alone.
You have no idea what I've done alone.
Oh. You could have done that the entire time?
I know. Like, they've been firing like crazy. That lights. I mean, maybe they weakened the door with the guns.
Probably. Yeah, that's
with the
probably what happened.
blasters.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they're really close.
Yeah, and they still can't get him. Oh no, they got one guy. I feel like the stormtroopers need to be trained better. Whoever's training them needs to get fired. Oh no. Where's your lightsaber? Uh-oh. Okay. Oh no! No, dude. She's done. Oh, she's gonna shut the door, isn't she?
May the Force be with you.
Obi-Wan can't catch a break. He keeps getting caught behind doors. Trapped. Oh boy.
Haja, look out for her, will you?
You want to tell me how you're going to fight without a weapon?
There are other ways to fight.
Okay.
You're gonna die soon.
You're not bringing him to me. I'm bringing him to you.
What makes you think he won't see it coming?
Because all he'll see is me.
Yeah, this could be the perfect opportunity. Could be,
Because we don't know what comes next,
yeah,
right?
right. I'm like so into it, but like also I know whatever they do doesn't work.
Well, I just wonder if she gets killed in this episode too.
Right. Oh.
Your weapon's gone. It's over.
Your need for victory, Anakin, it blinds you.
Big talk for a loser.
I have him secured inside, my lord.
I will bring him in myself.
What? What?
Okay. Teamwork. Ruh-roh.
What are you doing in here?
No! Don't hurt her. Okay. No.
Much better.
She's good now.
Come on, guys. Come on. That thing fired off a laser to disrupt the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have just shot a laser at her face?
That's what I thought.
We're like, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
I'm here on a mission.
Alright, but like, don't forget Leia. Someone hold the ladder for her. Okay, there. She's coming down.
Where's Tala?
Have who you can. Let's get to the transport people.
Is Vader walking slow? Like, I thought he was like right behind him.
Oh no. Oh, he dropped the thingy, the communication thingy with the Leia's dad. Oh, is this how he finds out that his kids are alive?
Yes! I was like, he is so powerful, he could stop that thing by himself, and then they fucking did it. Y'all thought you could run from me?
Holy
Do you know who I am?
Oh, it's a fake out. It's a fake out.
Oh, shit. He can't grab that one then?
Oh, it's out of range now.
Come on, this is just like the fire scene now.
You're a great warrior, Anakin, but you'll need to prove yourself as your undoing. Until you overcome it, Padawan you will still be.
Guess you still haven't learned your lesson, huh?
He's gonna see this coming. Come on,
Goodbye.
don't be stupid.
Laters, Reva.
Come on. You can't be
Oh,
that
no.
dumb.
He was wise to use you against me.
All right.
Okay.
That's pretty dope. Nice. Oh, what? It's moving kind of slow, but hey, that's cool. Oh, nice.
Okay. That's probably not going to work on him, though, to be fair. Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, no.
no.
Oh, it's a wrap.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh, one-on-one?
It's an offer.
All right, let's go.
He likes the game.
Okay. Oh, no.
You gonna toss it to her again? Oh, he's gonna chop her
No,
head
he's
off.
gonna.
You are of no further use.
He didn't die.
We will leave you where we found you. In the gutter where you belong.
Oh, come on, do something to him. Please.
Maybe she's not gonna die. Maybe they're just gonna leave her. Oh, what are you gonna do? I mean, the same could be said for her, right? The need for revenge could help her stay alive. And the rage. Oh.
If he's learned of the children, I'll head to Tatooine. Owen, help the boy.
Are you okay?
I'm sure it's nothing. Thank you, Roken.
Listen to your instincts.
What can he do?
I don't know. No, they're coming.
So, Char Kirk, what do you think of this episode?
It was really exciting. A lot happened. It was, yeah, I mean, all of the excitement that I guess we've been looking for all happened here, which makes sense because it's the penultimate episode.
This was a interesting roller coaster of feelings. They introduced the video with the message of some viewers might find this off-putting or upsetting. And immediately I'm wondering, what could that possibly be? What would people find so upsetting that they felt compelled to include that message in there? And I'm imagining that it had something to do with the kids dying, even though that was a focal point of episode 3 because Anakin murders a bunch of kids. I mean, that's really, really impressed upon you in the movie. I don't know why they would feel, is that what it was? Or is it the off-putting, de-aging? I'm just joking. It looked like they didn't even use any de-aging for Anakin. It looked like it was just him straight up, right? Just with some makeup. Star Wars has a history of not the best of de-aging and not the best of like trying to reanimate characters.
Sure.
Except for one guy from Rogue One. I forgot the guy's name in the Imperial. I don't want to focus too hard on that. I thought it was cool to have a fight between them.
Yeah, it was a really cool fight as well. Like, I mean, just for me in terms of the choreography and the fight scene, I thought it was pretty thrilling.
Yeah, irrespective of your feelings about the quality of them de-aging these two actors, let's just set that aside. The fact that we were getting this flashback fight scene, I thought was the sparring match. I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
The choreography was cool. The execution was fine, I suppose. I mean, you're dealing with two actors who are much older that probably don't practice fight scenes and lightsaber fighting or martial arts every day. And so given that, and given that they probably trained just enough to do this series, I'll just appreciate it, because they're not moving like some Hong Kong action stars, they're not moving like Simu Liu from Shang-Chi. They're moving as best as they can in their later years. So let's just accept that. Now, there was a moment that I think was a callback. Well, is it a callback? Because in Return of the Jedi, there's a moment where Luke Skywalker is like pounding onto the lightsaber and Darth Vader's holding it like this, and in a similar manner that Anakin was pounding onto Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that's what it immediately reminded me of. I don't know if that was a deliberate parallel or it's just a coincidence in choreography.
Most likely.
Irrespective of the, de-aging, whatever, I thought it was neat to have that. And I thought it was cool as a thing to put in between the story, the main story going on, as flashing back to this moment that they both recall as a very poignant moment in Anakin's training or their experience together as Master and Padawan.
Talking about calling back things from the past, I thought that was really cool, the reveal that they had with Reva, where, we find out that she was one of the Padawans there, that he, that was present when he was murdering all of the younglings, I guess.
They clued us in earlier, right? Because they showed us that sequence earlier in the show.
Yeah. And then to be able to go, oh, it was her this whole time and find out her ulterior motive, that was really interesting. And I thought it was quite a poignant scene in terms of the most emotional scene in this episode, at least for me, was when Rilf died.
The Rilf.
Yes.
If this is the first
Tala.
episode where you're joining us, Rilf is a thing I made up for Tala. Rebel, I'd like to... It's a stupid name I made up. I'm not proud of it. It's just something that stuck. In any case, when I'm watching this stuff, I'm fully expecting that certain characters have to die because they're not in episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
And so there's no way they can't not die unless you just tuck them away somewhere for, I'm going to go on this journey now all by myself, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, when she died... it was I didn't feel happy about it, but I also wasn't it wasn't heavy. It was just I kind of saw that coming.
I think also maybe it was because they'd given her the past 3 episodes or so for us to get to know her, and then we found out an important piece of information about why she's doing what she's doing in this episode, where she's like, I was there when they killed 14 people, including children, and I didn't do anything, or I couldn't do anything to save them. And you find out why this mission is so important to her. Not only that, but as she's dying, cue the sad music. Her lovely droid friend who comes over and offers her protection, and then you see that, she's gonna go out in a blaze of glory and sacrifice her life in order to save everyone else, and it's just no, but you were cool.
So what did you think of straight out of Jabiim's acting?
It was okay.
It's about what I would expect from the son of Ice Cube, I suppose. I don't even know what that means. He just kind of stands out to me because he's so different from everybody else.
Yeah. Definitely his style of acting.
Yeah, his performance is so different.
Star Warsy.
It does well. I don't know if I would say anything feels Star Warsy in particular. Look at Han Solo. He's basically just Harrison Ford. I guess it's not that often that you get someone who is like him in this kind of story, which I actually like it. That's what ultimately I'm driving at, is I like his addition because it almost feels like he doesn't give a shit that he's in Star Wars. It feels like, look, this is my job, bro. What do you want me to put a little girl up there? Like, I don't have time for games. I believe him. I believe he really doesn't care that he's part of Star Wars, that he's literally just being in the moment as himself, though. Like, he didn't craft a character. He's literally just himself in Star Wars.
Sure.
And that works for me just fine. The thing with the little ladybug robot, I don't know if I can get behind that. Like, I was a little bit bothered during that scene when she's like looking and looking and looking. I'm like, little Leia, you're looking in the same spot over and over and over. You're literally every time they cut back to her, she looked like she was looking in the exact same spot. And the ladybug thing that basically caused this whole ruckus that caused people to die. Okay, let's understand this. So the ladybug went in there and shot some cables up, and then people died because of the delay. Firstly, I'm a little bit perplexed about this overhead thing. It's like the bad guys have spaceships, so surely if they go out the top, the bad guys will see them.
Yeah,
and
that did
pursue.
cross my mind. Yeah.
That part confused me. Unless there's some kind of geographical thing, I just don't understand, because that goes in a much further area than the front doors, which are right there. I'm just a little bit confused about that. Now, feel free to give me heat in the comments if I'm being a complete dummy. That's number one. Number two is when Leia actually confronts the ladybug, it doesn't straight up shoot her in the face.
Yeah.
So I can make up something in my mind, which is, well, even though the ladybug was under the influence of the dark side, you know, because the little thing that third sister put on there, perhaps it was able to see through that and see that it was Leia.
I mean, that's what I had to tell myself.
Maybe that's what it was. It was just a very eye-rolling moment for me in the moment, because I was like, why wouldn't it just blast her in the face when this is a threat to its mission?
Sure, yeah.
Like, it doesn't care that it's Leia. But anyway, that would prove to be a paradox for Star Wars if Leia got hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, Leia fixes it, and we see once again how handy she is, just like Luke. It wasn't just Luke that was handy, it was also Leia.
That's right.
I completely lost my shit when Vader walked in. Here's the thing, the show kept messing with me, because Vader is like, I'm going to take Obi-Wan. I'm like, cool, all right. So he goes in, right, by himself, marching the badass that he is. And then Obi-Wan goes through the doors where all the people are. The first thing I'm thinking is, like, how slow is Darth Vader walking that he's not already there? Because we just saw Obi-Wan in there, right? The stormtroopers took him inside. He somehow frees himself, shoots all the stormtroopers up, and moves back. It didn't take Obi-Wan but 5 seconds to get into that main area.
Yeah.
Unless the show is just cutting out the 5-minute walk that would have otherwise happened. Maybe that's what it was. And so that's why it took Darth Vader a while, but he was moving at a clip. It wasn't like he was taking his sweet time.
Have you ever seen Darth Vader, like, properly run?
He wasn't running, but he was walking pretty quick.
Okay.
It wasn't like Freddy fucking Cougar. Like, he was moving. He was like, his cloak was billowing behind him, and yet he could not catch up until the ship was and everyone got on board and the ship was taken out. Okay, so I was a little bit annoyed, but then I was thinking to myself, the ship is just gonna get away in front of Vader when Vader is so powerful he could just bring this down with his bare hands because he's that dope. And then they do it. I was like, oh my god, they fucking did it. What? And he's like force grabbing that shit, and the thing's like fighting to get off the ground, and it comes back crashing down. I'm like, fucking yeah. And then the other thing takes off. I'm like, I don't understand the physics of what just happened here. So there was what? Tell me what happened, because I don't know what happened. What do you think happened there?
They had a decoy.
Where? Inside that ship?
Okay, I don't know.
Where was the decoy?
Behind it.
Does that make sense? I don't know what happened. I think the decoy must have been inside the ship because you were looking up, right?
Yeah.
Unless the decoy was just on the ground.
Oh, you're right. Like, because it went up, then it came down. But like, I wasn't thinking too hard
maybe
about
the
that.
Decoy was on the ground the whole time. Maybe that's what it was. The decoy just never left the ground. I think that's probably what it... I mean, I'd have to go back and watch. I think the decoy just must have never left the ground. And Vader was just sort of distracted by like seeing this big old ship go into the sky. He is not using his force awareness to detect all the people that are still in the ship, right?
Yeah, he's not using his mind. And then they established that in the flashback because, you know...
It's all about winning.
Obi-Wan's like, yeah, you're so focused on winning that you're not seeing the bigger picture.
Some great loser talk. Anakin is like, ka-cha, gotcha, bitch. I won. How's that feel? And Obi-Wan, of course, doesn't say anything that, like, he never has any compliments for Anakin, ever. No wonder everything went down the way that it did, because he never compliments Anakin. It's like, oh, you're so preoccupied with winning. I'm like, he literally killed you just now. I don't understand how you can even say such a thing. I understand he's the master. He knows more. I get it. But still, it just was like, it wasn't a great moment because it wasn't as if like he had taken anything from Anakin or had the high ground. He didn't. There was nothing there to warrant Anakin saying Obi-Wan saying that just yet. If Obi-Wan somehow got him in a chokehold or something, and then it's like, see, you're always preoccupied with winning. That's how you're being choked out right now. You know, then I would understand. But anyway,
sure. I mean, the thing is though, if parallels are to be drawn with the Jedi and Buddhism, it's not about being too much of one or the other. It's literally about staying in the middle, taking the middle path. Right?
Yeah.
And so he's definitely just kind of doing that. Like, hey man, it's not always about winning. You know, sometimes there are other things that are important as well.
Vader pulls the ship into the ground, and I'm like, yes. I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm excited. And I'm thinking, he pulls the door off. I'm sure Obi-Wan's going to be walking out of there.
Yeah.
Right? And there's going to be a showdown. Obviously, it's episode 5. You can't do everything yet. But I thought maybe there would be a showdown of some kind. Maybe Third Sister jumps in. I don't know. And then the other ship takes off, and Vader just looks at it. I'm like, what? I just saw him take down a ship 8 times the size of the one that took off.
Yeah, but it got further away though before he realized. I don't know.
Do you have any idea how powerful Darth Vader is? Like,
yeah, I mean, they demonstrated that, and also, I mean, it backs up a lot of the comments that people were making in our previous reactions, where we were kind of going, why did he just let them go? Like, why couldn't he just stop them? He's so powerful, and it's like, yeah, because he was playing with them,
he was playing with them here too.
Well, I don't know.
All right.
I think at this point, he's reached the point where he's like, yeah, screw that. I'm not playing around anymore, which is why he pulled that ship down and then started ripping out the walls and everything. Like, I think he's done. They must have just had a faster ship or something that managed to zip out just out of range enough.
Fine. Fair enough.
Let's
just go with that. I enjoyed some of the choreography that was happening between Darth Vader and Third Sister. I wish that they somehow took it further. I'm always hoping they take things further, I guess. There hasn't been a single fight scene in this show so far that has left me totally satisfied. And it's not outside the realm of possibilities for a fight scene to leave me satisfied.
Sure.
Like, that does happen a lot, actually, as long as it's a good fight scene. And this was one of those instances where I was like, oh, there's some cool ideas here. Oh, she's moving kind of slow. I wish they got that moving faster. The double lightsaber thing. What I really liked about this fight was that Vader was sort of toying with her because she was coming at him. He's like, force, bitch. How do you like that? Force, bitch. And I loved all that. I thought that was great. That was so cool to me, the way that they were integrating the force into the fight scene, because you don't see that often. This is like, you have seen stuff like this to a certain degree, but not employed to this level of it's just like all the movement. I was like, that's neat. I like that. And then she tried to do a double lightsaber. I'm like, do you know who you're fighting? First off, her sneaking up on him was so dumb. You know how dope this dude is. Like, you know how dope he is. But anyway, you got to try. So, but you got to shoot your shot.
You got to try. It's like, it's now or never, because if she doesn't do it now, what's he going to do? Pretend that he doesn't know? He clearly knows.
Well, that's the thing, is like, I almost wish that she didn't try, that he just looked at her and said what he said. Like, it was wise of Obi-Wan to try to use your whatever. Yeah. He could have said the line anyway, and you just see the look on her face like, oh shit, he knows.
Yeah.
So the jig is up. Like, that would have been way more effective to me personally than what they did. But that's subjective, much like the entirety of my opinion. It's all subjective, right? She tries the double lightsaber thing, which was never going to work on him. But he breaks it apart and offers her the lightsaber so that she can fight with him. I thought that was cool.
Respect.
He doesn't just outright chop her head off. That is plot armor. I'm sorry. That's dumb. Because we established in episode 3 that he cut Count Dooku's head clean off. Unless this show is giving me a reason why he wouldn't just straight up kill her. This is one of those classic bad guy things where it's like, I'm going to just walk away knowing you died.
Yeah.
And it's like, no! Haven't you seen a movie? Come on. She's going to live.
Yeah.
And it's, speaking of which, this is a nitpick. Okay? I'm saying it in advance. I'm calling myself out. When Rilf gets stabbed and then it's like, oh gosh, I'm bleeding. I'm like, it's a lightsaber.
No. It was a blaster, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's even all the same.
Well, yeah, you would imagine that it would have cauterized the wound.
Thank you. That's exactly what my thought was.
That did cross my mind, but I was like, okay, I'm going to allow it. It's fine. But you know, it's like...
It's dramatic.
It's dramatic. It's the story. This has to happen. You know, they've set her up.
Well, she would have died anyway. That's fine. I'm not opposed to her dying.
Okay.
I'm opposed to her bleeding. And I'm like, but what? It's lasers. Like, what the fuck? It's lasers. It would have caught her as the wound instantly. That's the point of laser. Anyway.
So how did you feel about the reveal of the old Grand Inquisitor not being dead?
I was, to be honest, I forgot he died. I'm just going to be straight with you guys. I forgot that he died, and so I was like, oh, cool. Well, he never liked her. I was kind of hoping, low-key, that while she was, like, you know, writhing on the ground, and he's like, yeah, we fulfilled our use for you. If she could have just went, and did a little force summon of a lightsaber.
Yeah.
And
then just
and cuts its head off.
stabbed him in the head.
He just never gets he just never gets a good fight in the show. He never gets any good action. He's like Kenny, just getting killed all the time, you know?
Yeah.
From South Park.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, I thought that was going to it didn't. I'm really, really hoping the reason why she was able to break through that door so easily was because of the blasters.
Yes.
I'm really hoping that's why. That has to be it. They weakened the door.
That was definitely a WTF moment.
Because she just cut straight through
Yeah,
that
she
thing.
cut straight through it. And it's like, okay, but yeah, you could have done that the entire time.
Yeah.
Though. So, yeah, no, it has to be because the blast weakened the door enough that
Let's
she
just
could
say
do
that.
that. Yeah,
Let's just say that.
Otherwise,
Because she just went,
what the hell?
She literally carved out a door. I'm like, whoa. That was...
Also in the part where they hadn't been blasting it too.
Yeah, but she hit the weak spot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what happened.
When she was walking up, though, and all the stormtroopers were going in, she like shoved one stormtrooper aside, like, bitch, I'm trying to get in here. I love that. She's just being gangster and whatnot. Like, I'm just trying to get in, bitch. Get out of my way, you dumbass stormtrooper. I'm trying to do some business here. I'm making decisions.
Yeah.
And then there was like a swarm of stormtroopers, and that was a frightening image up until nobody was getting shot. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Like, all these people were coming in, and it was frightening. For like, I was looking at them going, oh my God, that's like... But then they weren't shooting anyone very effectively, but like one or two times. I was just like, all right, well...
I know at this point, it's a joke, isn't it? That the stormtroopers are so inept, they just can't shoot.
They were as
even
close...
at close range.
They were as close as I am to you, and they could not shoot. I was like...
I just keep thinking of Ryan George in that moment. It's like, oh, it must have been really difficult for all of them to escape from that big crowd of stormtroopers. Actually, no. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a few people did die, though. You know, they lost a few along the way.
Yeah.
But there were considerably more dead stormtroopers than there were rebels.
The last thing I'll say is I think that, Ewan McGregor did an all right job as young Obi-Wan Kenobi. In terms of his acting, it's subtle.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a version of himself that is the older Obi-Wan Kenobi and a version that is the younger Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, no, I definitely buy that. And you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
Like, when he is playing the older Obi-Wan Kenobi, there's this sense of like, life has been heavy.
Yeah.
Life has been hard.
Yeah.
And he's carrying that burden with him. Whereas when he's young Obi-Wan Kenobi, there's a sense of light and optimism.
Yeah, more
there.
pep in a step.
Yeah. No, it's really good.
Yeah, I liked it. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this discussion. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Jaby, Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.